Hi, everyone. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake.
Welcome back to Everyday English Talk. Before we start, if you enjoy improving your English with real conversations, remember to subscribe so you never miss our new episodes. We post friendly, slow, easy to follow English every day, perfect for listening practice. Now, let's get into today's topic.
Yes, today we're talking about the worst jobs we ever had. Not just normal jobs, we mean the stressful, boring, or completely terrible ones. Jobs that make you say, "Why am I here?"
Exactly. A terrible job can still teach us something, but in the moment, it feels awful. And honestly, bad jobs give us the best stories later. So, this episode is great for learning English through true memories and real life workplace vocabulary.
I think everyone has at least one job like that. One place where you felt tired, annoyed, or even overwhelmed, meaning you had too much to do and didn't know where to start.
Perfect word. And yes, I had one. When I was younger, I worked at a small coffee shop. People imagine coffee jobs are cute. Music playing, friendly customers, warm drinks. But no, it was chaos.
Tell me everything.
I woke up at 5 a.m. every day. Customers wanted fast service. They complained about tiny things like too much milk or not enough foam. The manager was strict, and the workplace was chaotic, meaning noisy, disorganized, and stressful. Cups everywhere, orders mixed up, people talking over each other. It felt like standing in the middle of a storm.
And you were just a teenager, right?
Yes, I felt intimidated many times. Intimidated means something makes you nervous or shy. One morning, I made 5 wrong orders in a row. 5. Customers were upset. The manager whispered, "Emma, focus." Whispering made it worse. Quiet anger is scarier than loud anger.
That's brutal. My worst job was also when I was young. Different situation, but same pain. I worked in a noisy factory with machines everywhere. My boss watched like a hawk. If I made one mistake, he was right behind me, breathing heavily.
Ugh, that sounds exhausting, extremely tiring. Did you stay long?
Not long. I still remember the first week like a movie. But I'll tell you the whole story in a minute.
And I want details. The machines, the boss, everything. Because I think listeners can learn a lot of workplace vocabulary through real stories like yours.
Oh, they will. It gets funny and terrible at the same time.
Okay, let's hear it. Jake, tell us about your worst job ever.
All right, here we go. My worst job was at a metal factory when I was 19. I thought it would be simple. Just move boxes, press buttons, maybe sweep the floor. But it was much more grueling, meaning extremely difficult and tiring. The machines were loud, like standing next to a plane. I had to wear heavy gloves, a plastic face shield, and steel shoes every day. By noon, I already felt like I had run a marathon.
Wow, grueling is the perfect word. Factories look hard even from the outside. What was your job exactly?
My main task was to lift metal sheets and carry them from one machine to another. Each one felt like lifting a small refrigerator, and the boss stood there watching, making sure we never slowed down. He wasn't mean, just very authoritative, meaning strict, controlling, and used to giving orders.
I can picture that. Someone who doesn't smile much and expects perfection.
Exactly. His name was Mr. Keller, but everyone secretly called him the Hawk because he watched us so closely. If someone stopped working for even 10 seconds, he appeared behind them like a ghost. One time, I dropped a metal sheet because my hands were shaking. He didn't yell, he just stared. The silence was more scary than shouting.
Oof, silent judgment is the worst. Did you ever get used to it?
Not really. The environment felt oppressive, meaning heavy, stressful, like you couldn't breathe freely. Every noise felt like an alarm. Even lunch break didn't feel like a break. We had only 15 minutes, just enough to eat quickly and run back.
That sounds like a nightmare. Did anything funny ever happen there?
Oh, yes. One moment I can't forget. One day, I was moving a metal sheet and it slipped from my gloves, hit the floor, and made a sound like thunder. Everyone jumped. And then, because I was so nervous, I tried to pick it up fast but slipped and fell right on top of it. The whole room went silent. And then someone started laughing. And then everyone laughed, even Mr. Keller, the Hawk. He didn't laugh loud, but the corner of his mouth moved. That was a historic moment.
Even the hawk cracked a smile. That must be rare.
Extremely. For a moment, I felt human again. After that, the other workers were nicer to me. They told me stories of their own mistakes, and we laughed together. I think when people fail, it brings them closer. There's something humbling about it. Humbling means it makes you feel simple and equal, not proud or perfect.
I really like that. Makes the job still awful, but at least it had a warm side. Anything else unforgettable from that time?
Oh, yes, more disasters are coming. But before I continue, I want to hear if your coffee shop job ever got funny too. I bet you have one story that still makes you laugh.
Oh, trust me, I do. And it involves spilled milk, a broken cup, and a customer who thought I was a magician. Okay, now it's my turn to confess my biggest disaster at the coffee shop. This day still lives in my mind like a movie scene. Morning started soft and peaceful, slow music, warm lights, just a few customers reading in silence. But suddenly, everything changed. At around 9 o'clock, the door kept opening and opening, people coming in nonstop until the whole place was packed, meaning it was completely full. The line was so long, it almost reached the street.
That's when real chaos begins.
Exactly. My hands were shaking from the rush, but I kept going. Then a woman stepped forward and ordered a triple foam oat latte with honey drizzle. Beautiful drink, but also very detailed. Lots of steps, lots of chances to mess up. I grabbed the milk, tried to pour it quickly, and it slipped. I watched the pitcher fall in slow motion like something from a dramatic film. Milk flying everywhere. Counter, floor, my shoes, even the register screen got a splash.
Oh wow, total disaster zone.
Yes. And here's the funny part. The customer didn't look angry at all. She looked impressed. She smiled and said, "That was quite dramatic." Dramatic meaning big, intense, like something on stage. She thought it was intentional. I could barely breathe from embarrassment, but I nodded like I absolutely meant to do that.
A performance artist disguised as a barista.
Exactly. I cleaned everything fast, my face burning red. Then I remade her drink carefully, slow and focused, finally handed it to her without another explosion. But only 10 minutes later, round two began. A man ordered a cappuccino. I grabbed a cup, didn't notice a hairline crack near the bottom, and the moment I poured the hot coffee, the cup shattered, meaning it broke suddenly into pieces. Coffee everywhere again. It was like the universe was testing me.
You were fighting for your life in that cafe.
Truly. The man jumped back like he was avoiding fire. I froze. My manager looked at me in pure confusion. All I could say was, the cup betrayed me. The room went silent. Then suddenly, everyone laughed. Customers, coworkers, even my manager smiled. Somehow, failure became comedy.
I love that. Your worst moment became the moment that made everyone laugh.
Yes. And because of that, I remember that job with strange fondness. It was stressful, loud, unpredictable, but it taught me patience, quick reactions, and how to smile even when everything falls apart. The chaos made it memorable, meaning it stays in your mind clearly for years. I think we grow from moments like that.
So we've got one factory crisis and one coffee shop explosion. I feel like we should compare these two. Which one truly wins the title of worst job?
Oh, yes. Let's break it down properly. Conditions, people, environment, stress level. We'll see who suffered more.
All right, Emma. Now that we shared our worst job stories, let's really compare them. Your coffee shop versus my metal factory. Two different worlds, but the same kind of pain.
Yes. Let's start with pressure. Your job was physically painful. Machines, weight, danger. Mine was emotional and fast. People wanted everything fast and perfect.
In the factory, the work was relentless, which means it never stops and keeps going without a break. Every minute I had to carry or move something. No time to relax, no time to breathe.
In the cafe, stress came in waves. Some hours were slow, then suddenly 12 customers walked in together. The hardest part was acting calm and friendly, even when everything was going wrong. It felt performative, which means I was acting like a happy person, not really being myself.
Wow, I get that. In the factory, people didn't talk much. Everyone was tired, focused, counting minutes. But after I fell on the metal sheet, they finally laughed with me. That moment was humbling, which means it made me feel normal, not too proud, just human like everyone else.
I love that. In the cafe, customers were unpredictable. Some kind, some rude, but my coworkers helped each other. We shared jokes, we shared snacks, we survived. It made everything bearable, which means still hard but possible to handle.
Let's talk environment. My job was industrial, which means full of machines, noise, and metal. Loud, cold, sometimes dangerous.
And my cafe looked warm and pretty, but inside it was like a pressure cooker. Smells were sweet, music soft, but kitchen and orders made it chaotic. So you had physical pain and I had mental pressure, and both were exhausting in different ways.
True, but we learned things. I learned discipline, and discipline means doing something even when you're tired or don't want to. I still use that today.
And I learned patience. I learned quick thinking. I learned to smile when the milk explodes all over the counter. It was an eye-opener, which means it opened my mind and taught me something new about work and people.
So whose job was worse?
Honestly, I think it's a tie. Both terrible. Both unforgettable.
And both gave us stories to teach English today.
Exactly. Bad memories, but great lessons for us and for everyone listening.
And stories mean more learning, more vocabulary, more real conversation.
So, Emma, after comparing our jobs and sharing all these disasters, what's the main lesson here?
I think the biggest lesson is about resilience, which means keeping going even when things are really hard. Both jobs were tough, but we survived, learned, and now can laugh about them.
Absolutely. And even though we were stressed, tired, and sometimes scared, every mistake taught us something. Mistakes mean opportunities to learn. I think that's a huge takeaway for everyone listening.
Yes, and sharing our experiences shows that even the worst jobs have value. They help us grow, develop skills, and build stories to talk about.
Also, I want to remind everyone that it's okay to have a bad day at work. Everyone experiences that. And you can still improve your English while talking about it. Our podcast is here for that. Real stories, real language, real learning.
Very true. Another important thing I notice is that bad jobs teach you adaptability, which means being able to change and adjust when things don't go as planned. I had to think fast in the cafe every day, and that skill helps me even now.
Exactly. And all those funny mistakes, the spilled milk, the fallen metal sheets, they made us human. And humor means seeing something in a way that makes you smile, even if it's frustrating.
Right. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for listening to Everyday English Talk. We hope you enjoyed our stories, learned some new vocabulary, and had a laugh with us.
Yes, thank you. Keep practicing your English and remember, every story, even a terrible one, can help you learn. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode and can keep improving your English with us. See you next time.